Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Today is day 8 of our recording during our lockdown. I'm Laura Ashley Abraham.
And I am Connie Smack.
And together we are the Michigan Medium Angels. So today we are going to be talking about creative things that you can do to stay sane during this time. One of the things that I realized too, in the last few weeks or whatever was I really enjoy cooking. And that actually is something that's really fun for me. I didn't realize what an outlet, I guess, or a creative outlet. So we're going to talk about different things that you can do. I was just telling Connie that I had some extra steak. I know some people don't eat meat, but I do. I have limited or kind of cut it down a little bit because I try to eat more fruits and vegetables. But one of my favorite things is soup. I really like soup, and it's a good way. It's a good thing that you can do right now too, to use anything extra that you have and make soups with it so it doesn't go bad. Because I know a lot of the fruits and or vegetables they could perish, and you don't want them to get bad. So you want to make sure that you're using them. Making soups is a good way to do that. So anyway, so I took the extra steak that I had and I cut it up and I just put in some extra fruits and not fruits. I keep saying fruits. Apparently, whoever's listening needs to eat some more fruits.
Yeah. I do not recommend boiling your fruit, though.
No. Unless you're going to be making, some kind of a pie or something. But I don't really know how that works.
Ooh, I don't either. I am not a baker, but a nice.
I am.
Are you?
know that. I am a baker, and I love baking. But anyway, that's a whole other cooking show. So we'll talk about that. But with the extra steak, I just threw in, a couple potatoes, some carrots, some celery, onion. I had some green beans, just throw some things in there. And now I'm going to be able to freeze it. So I made like a bigger pot. I'll have a little bit today. And I keep the rice or the noodles separate because then you can add rice later and then you can add noodles later. So that's just a quick tip for a creative thing to do for yourself. And the other one too is I was thinking as I was doing yoga this morning, they were saying, all right, if you have kids at home, to engage your kids in activities also, because I know kids are starting to get antsy. I was talking to somebody this morning and she was saying her kids are already getting antsy. Downward dog. Okay, get the kids involved in yoga. Show them some exercises. You can say that, let's do something fun, guys. And how long can you hold downward dog pose for? Or doing like child's pose too, because that's really calming and relaxing if you want the kids to relax for a minute. And it'll give you a little bit of breathing time too. And it'll give you something else to focus on or them to focus on. So you're not feeling that overwhelm or that stress. It engages them and it gives you guys time together and it gives you a fun activity to do. So, all right, Tink, those were a couple things that I wanted to talk about. What were the ones that you felt were good that you wanted to share?
I love that. That's actually perfect. And it's funny because I found myself doing the same thing about the soup. I actually made chicken noodle soup based off of from our Reiki class from the Reiki workshop that I had. Remember how we had the grilled chicken? I used the leftover grilled chicken from Costco, the one that's already packaged, but we had some left over. I cut it up and then threw some chicken stock in there, bone broth actually, so it would be healthier to build the immune system, just FYI. And then I threw in just a bunch of spices, celery, carrots. Sometimes I have potatoes, but sometimes I don't. So I did the same exact thing as I recycled that. And I normally don't do that. I always say I'm going to or forget, but obviously now we definitely want to use everything that we can and recycle what we're not using at the moment so it doesn't go bad. So no, that's perfect. Another thing I wanted to do, I have a book that I've always wanted to really delve into it or dive into, whatever you want to call it, into these recipes, but it's gourmet raw cooking, and it's basically raw. You still cook it a little bit, but it's still considered raw, so it tastes really good. And I should have probably grabbed that book, and they have a lot of really cool gourmet recipes in there that I never had the time for before. I'm like, I don't have time for this. So you're in survival mode normally, right? When we're so busy. But now's the perfect time to crack open those cooking books. Look up online healthy raw cooking or healthy vegetarian cooking, or if you still want to eat meat, that's okay too. Incorporate healthy cooking with meats. Or maybe you don't want to be healthy. Maybe right now you're normally healthy and you want to take this time to indulge. Go indulge. This is the time to explore. This is about self-exploration, exploration in other areas. Maybe you have a hobby that you wanted to explore that you've never done before. Maybe you have a bunch of craft stuff that you bought and it's just sitting there. Get that stuff out. Do it. If you have kids, do it with your kids. Get them involved. My daughter, actually, I'm very proud of her. She is in 9th grade. She's a freshman and actually made the varsity lacrosse team. Unfortunately, she didn't even get to go to her first practice because they actually had canceled it, and because of everything going on and them being on lockdown. That doesn't stop us from going out and practicing. We practice whenever we can, and I told her, let's get out there for an hour. It gets me out there. I'm out in the sun. I'm running around, and I treat it as conditioning. If I don't catch the ball, I have to run fast to get that ball, like the other team is running after me. And that's what I do to her. So, but there may be something else. Maybe it's basketball. Maybe you have a basketball net outside. You guys can get out and move around and play with the kids or do something like that. The one thing that we did that's fun is we had a virtual party. You can do it by Zoom, and you can actually invite people. Zoom is free. They limit it to 40 minutes, but you can invite, I think, Twinkie looked this up before because we do things through Zoom. That's how we do these recordings. But you can invite 100 people, they said, for free, as long as it's limited to 40 minutes. You guys can have a big, huge party virtually. And it was actually a lot of fun. We just had like a little happy hour, although I was a little late, so the happy hour didn't go. But we still had a drink. I had a couple drinks. Brad had a couple drinks, and Nancy and Bill had a couple drinks. So it was fun because we were able to connect. And I hadn't talked to her in a while, so it was kind of like a way to connect where you still feel like you're in that group energy. So it's something you guys can do. And again, it's free. Maybe you don't want to drink. Maybe you just have a party, whatever. Maybe you have a creative party. Maybe you go and you invite people who like to do crafts. So when you're doing your crafts, maybe they can do theirs. Or whatever kind of party you want to call it. Maybe it's a theme. Maybe each time you get together virtually, it's a different theme. So just different ways that you can still feel connected to people, so you don't feel like you're really stuck in the house. Go ahead, Twink.
That was great. No, I love that idea. That's such a great idea. I know we've been doing a lot of FaceTiming. I've been doing that with my niece, and it's really funny. My mom, I love my niece, and we have this very special bond. Okay. So my mom, because I'll call, basically when I call my niece, I'm like, hi, sunshine, how are you? And so my mom started pretending that she was me. And my niece is 3 years old, right? I know. And so my niece at first, I think, fell for it a little bit because she wasn't doing FaceTime. She was just calling, my sister was putting her on speaker. And so my niece finally caught on and was like, no, you're not, Grammy.
Yeah, funny.
It was so cute. So yesterday I called and it was me. And then my mom was on the phone too, pretending that she was me. So that was hysterical. And just keeping in touch and just keeping, in contact with your loved ones right now. I mean, that's what a lot of this is about. That is about keeping in contact and us tuning into, our family and reaching out to people and asking, how are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Because I know we can't really go anywhere. But I was talking to somebody who was saying that too, how she's really taking this time being home and being with the kids. Her kids are younger, but enjoying that time. She gets to spend time with them where normally if she was having to work, she wouldn't be able to. So I know everybody out there is in a different situation. Some people are looking for jobs and trying to find a job and can't work. So I know that there's a lot of stress around it, but try to find ways to incorporate fun in this too. That's really what we're talking about. And the other thing I wanted to mention is don't feel guilty. do not feel guilty. Please, please, please take the guilt card out, rip it up, tear it up, and throw it out, okay? Do not bring feeling guilty that you're not doing something right now, that you're supposed to be doing something. I was talking with a lady yesterday, one of my coaching clients, and because she was saying that she was feeling like she should be doing something. And she's going through a really difficult time right now, and she has medical issues, and it's not from the something else, but anyways, I don't want to say exactly what it is, but the point is that she has medical issues, and she needs to take time to be resting and relaxing and not feeling bad about that. And that's also something we all need to be incorporating, because the other day when I wasn't feeling good, I was talking to Jean, and I don't think I shared about this, but I was not feeling good and I couldn't get up. And I had said to her when I was talking to her on the phone, I'm like, yeah, I was slacking, I couldn't get out of bed. And she's like, whoa, wait a minute. You're not slacking. Did I talk about that last time?
I don't think so.
Okay. Basically, it was a moment that I really had to catch myself. And we're really, really hard on ourselves a lot of times about what we need to get done or what we should be getting done. So if it feels good to you to do laundry, do laundry. If it feels good to you to be cooking, do some cooking. Find ways to bring in fun and try to take off a lot of the pressure and that feeling of I have to get stuff done or I have to do something. If that doesn't feel good to you, then just relax right now, because there's so much going on and you need to honor your own personal needs right now more than ever. So go ahead, Tink. Was there anything else that you wanted?
That's perfect, actually, because that's even me, because even this morning I was thinking of everything I had to get done. And I have, I want to get my mom's book done, and that's an urgent matter. I want to get my book done. I want to get, then we have our stuff. And then, so I kept thinking of how can I get into a structured, and it's funny because, our friend Nancy actually said, she goes, how is it everyone in the world is slowing down, but you're busier than ever? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, but it's true. Like, I feel like I've gotten busier, because now I almost feel like, but there is no pressure. You're right. So yes, we definitely need to stop. I do want to be structured to where I'm getting something done every day, but maybe I need a cutoff point where I do it for this amount of time, and then whatever I get done in that time, I'm done, and the rest of the time I rest and relax. Yeah. So that's a good point. So thank you, Twink. It's a good lesson for me.
Well, you know what? We are both such overachievers, honestly, and we are always trying to get stuff done, and we have so much on our plate. I mean, this is our business. Right. And so this is what we're doing. And so there is a lot for us, and we're trying to always evolve, and we're adding new things and doing new things. And it's what drives us. And that's a really great thing. But I totally agree. I know that I have really tried to focus on finding that balance. We both do. It's a constant struggle. And this is something everybody is always trying to find. Where's your balance? But for me, even in the last couple of days too, I have really been incorporating, doing yoga, because my legs were hurting so bad. And it was that muscle pain I was feeling. I mean, I'm talking excruciating pain. I've never had it be like that bad before, and I didn't do anything. So I feel it's connected with the cold that I have, whatever that is. I'm not going to say what it is. I don't know. So I'm self-quarantining myself, okay? But the muscle pain is so intense, and it's like, oh my gosh, stretching usually does not work when I do that. Usually if I do yoga or if I do anything, it actually can sometimes make it worse. So I will sometimes have a little bit of hesitation on doing stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I started doing yoga the last couple mornings, and I have felt so good. And I just feel really proud of myself, even though it's only been like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. It's actually been 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but making the time, because it's something that I've been wanting to do so much, is to be actually doing something physical and incorporating that in my day. And then also doing, my connecting. those two things, if I don't get anything else done for the rest of the day, those two things are the most important thing with my smoothie and my vitamins. Okay. But I'm just saying those things really, really bring me a sense of accomplishment. So find those things. What are the things that if you get nothing else done that day, what really matters? What is the most important thing for you? And if anything else is a bonus, that's how I'm looking at this. Go ahead, Tink. Go ahead.
No, just real quickly. I know Red Lotus Yoga is offering online courses right now too, so you can go on and do online courses with them. It does count as a class if you have a package, but I'm sure there's probably a way where you can sign up to do packages and or online courses. But that's a way too if you're not comfortable with yoga and you want to learn different things. They have other ones too that you can sign up that are online. You can Google. There's a bunch of different ones too as well. But I did see, and I do really love Red Lotus Yoga. I used to have a space there, and they're amazing people. Brian runs amazing classes. He's the only one I really have been involved with there. So, but I'm sure they're all great. But yeah, so that's something to check into as well. That's all I have. What about you, honey?
That is a great point. Thank you for sharing that, because I know that's what I've been doing too, is the online, not through them, but online courses. But I'm so glad you said that, because their classes are really, really good. And a couple of the teachers I know that we had seen also, they were good.
That's true. They all have really good energy. That's a good thing that I'm sure a lot of yoga people do have good energy, but it just seems to be, yeah, I agree with you. Everyone seems to be just really good.
Yep. The other thing too is we were getting ready to do this because I wanted to kind of just talk about stuff with kids and the activities that you can do with them at home to, getting outside or going for a walk or whatever, if you guys are feeling good. And I'm sure that you guys are going through all of that, but as we were getting ready to do this on my phone, the tapping solution app popped up. I've never seen this before. Okay, so it says tap with your kids. We have 4 new free tapping meditations to help your kids with any coronavirus stress they might be feeling. So the tapping solution is an app that you can download for free onto your phone. You can't see it, but they have ones for kids, and you can learn how to do it with your kids, and you can tap, and it really, really does calm you down. I was doing this the other day. I was really stressed about something, and I started tapping, and this is what it looks like. I know it looks really weird, but I'm going to do it anyway. I don't care, because I really get a lot of relief out of it, and it helps me ground and calm and relax. So do this with your kids. And if you have younger kids, I mean, look, this would be something they'll be having a great time doing, right? And it's an easy thing for them to learn. So what better time than now to teach them a strategy that they will have for the rest of their lives. They can tap anywhere at any time. And that is a tool, another tool for your toolbox. So, all right, go ahead, Tink.
If you're mad at them too, you can tap a little harder than normal. No, I'm kidding. I don't recommend that. I'm just saying, it was just a joke, but yeah. This is really good for you.
You don't tap on them, okay? You tap on yourself. So maybe you need to be tapping a little harder on you, Tink. Maybe smack.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, forget that. Forget it. That was bad advice. Very much advice. All right, we'll leave you on that note.
That's right.
Have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, and light.